Under. No goals.
It's time to check the game notes. I think we're going to have the show of the year here.
We're almost having magical moments here.
Show Mindsies time, Army show. Start us off.
What an opportunity. Another idea by me.
Everything's Burroughs' idea. Summer.
Welcome. It's time to check the game notes. You see the Arm Dog, he's home for once. Wow, big news there coming to the end of the season. I saw you were in St. Louis last night. I heard you were shaking hands with some big dogs in the concourse, getting some scoops and giving out some some scouting reports, I should say.
I was shaking hands with big dogs. I saw your buddy Steiner. I thought he was going to I thought he was going to get me last night too. I thought he was. What did he say to you? By the way, I'm battling like a voice thing right now, which is like highly like stressful, Merles.
Yeah,
I had to call that game last night. It was like stressful as hell. Like I was like freaking out. And so,
but see, that's why the rest of the Penguins got the night off last night. They should have gave you the night off.
I should have. I don't know how like Dubas didn't think of that one. I mean, he thought of everything else this year except for that. Yeah, and I grinded through the game last night, got home, but like, yeah, Steiner saw me, so I was like in my head because I was like, I don't know if my voice is going to hold up. It was crazy, but then I saw Steiner, and he's like, I was like, for sure he's going to tell. What did he tell you? What did he tell you?
He told me about your shoes.
Yeah. I was like, oh no, he's going to tell Merles about my shoes. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm not stuffed dog in the chat. Everyone's going crazy. Flu game. Yeah, no, not flu. Just like a voice thing. I just like allergy dog. I think that's what it is. Allergy dog.
Oh, it's the allergies. It's not the 3 days in Vegas you just had when I took off and UNG took down the national championship that we are going to get to. We had an epic week in the game notes world. We got to cover it all from the Frozen Four to IceCon to UNLV, Chicklets U. We will get to all that after I tell you about DraftKings, Arm Dog. No sport flips faster than hockey. One power play, a goalie pulled, 2 minutes left or more, and everything changes. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, is built for that kind of chaos. With live betting from puck drop to the final buzzer, DraftKings has your back with early exit protection. If you place a pregame player prop bet and your player starts the game but leaves in the first period due to injury and doesn't return, you'll get back the bet in cash. No bonus bets, no opt-in, just real protection when injuries happen early. New sportsbook customers bet $5. Your bet wins. You'll get $300 in bonus bets instantly using code Chicklets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Use code Chicklets. Turn $5 into $300 if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Arm Dog, if you pull out early from this show, we'll have some protection. We'll have somebody hop in. We'll have somebody from the game notes chat jump in if you have to do an early exit.
Oh, everyone's chiming in right now. Laura's in the chat. 8-leg Lorelei hit last week. That's true. Yep. Speaking of DraftKings, I mean, just an absolute monster. I saw you too with some of our game notes faithful at IceCon as well, Merles, which we could get into and stuff. But like, yeah, what a weekend. Frozen Four was sick. I popped in, you were in, then you had to hit IceCon up, and we stayed for the final. But just a great weekend of hockey. Like that final game was great, and then you guys got the over on the freaking IceCon. Like everything happened this weekend. It was huge.
Yeah, I mean, it started off. We want to bring G in. It started off before even the games kicked off. We were over at UNLV. We did the show from there last week, but then you went on to cover the Chicklets U. Tell us a little bit about that club hockey team. The boys were beauties there.
Oh, such great dudes. So yeah, we filmed a Chicklets U at UNLV, one of the best club programs in the country. Very cool. Actually, so like our goal originally going in was like, all right, like let's not focus on necessarily the facilities, just like how awesome it is to play in Vegas. But then we get there and we find out like their rink is sick, and they play at the Golden Knights practice facility, which can hold like over 1,000 people for games. Up top of the stands, they have a bar that they do drinks for, or deals for on drinks for students. So it's pretty cool. and they took us golfing at Bali High, which was unbelievable experience. So I feel like and where they live, me and Merle's got to go where they live. Like, I feel like we did a really good job at capturing like what it is like to play at UNLV. So very excited for that to come out. And then just like overall Frozen Four was just such an awesome weekend. Like, we're pretty negative. I feel like Alana called me like the biggest, like what's it called when you're negative? Pessimist. She called me. She said today that she thinks I'm the biggest pessimist she's ever met. And we're pretty negative when it comes to like NCAA and stuff, I feel like, and how they've kind of handled the tournaments and stuff. But man, they did such a good job with this. Or like, even like, obviously the location, Vegas, was so good, but even all the stuff out front in game was so awesome. Like, and I don't know if that's Vegas, the Golden Knights, I don't know who kind of did all that, but like the whole environment, every game outside, they had so much things for kids, for adults, and it was awesome that just like the 4 fan bases they had, they all showed up, which was so cool. And Denver did it again, boys. I feel like we said it at the beginning of the tournament, like, just watch. Denver's going to run and do it again.
Gee, I feel like that was your Super Bowl being there. I feel like that was your Super Bowl. Just like
it is
connections, your phone, like the NCAA runs through your phone. So it's just like you knew everybody there, and like it was crazy. Like I went home the first night we were there. I was there, and G's like, Army, come hang out. Like I'm hanging out with all these like coaches and stuff, and like you knew everyone. It was kind of crazy to see you like interacting in there and everything.
Yeah, my thing Friday night, I think it was Friday night, was Cruz Armstrong is the next Tom Wilson. So that's what I was walking around the floor telling all the college coaches that Cruz Armstrong was the next Tom Wilson. But yeah, it was really cool to, you know, meet all the you know, different coaches and the agents and all the media that is out there covering it. And man, I think we made a great call, Merle. Like we had the decision, right? Like the ESPN and the NCAA basically told us like, hey, you guys can't take videos or pictures during the game if you use our press passes. So, and I clarified, I'm like, so you're telling me if me and Merles take a selfie during the game, they're like, yeah, you'll be done. Credential gone. So we made the decision. We were heavily debating this. We're like, what do we do? You know, ticket prices are so expensive right now. Like, do we just bail on this and go into the game? So what we did was we bailed on the credentials. We bought tickets. We ended up hitting the casino. We said last show, we talked about how we were going to hit the casino, try to make the money. We ended up doing it, made the money, got into game one and the semifinals, which was awesome. And then we made a ton of content. And then for the finals, the city of Vegas, the Vegas tourism, Vegas tourism committee basically gave us our own row. So it was awesome. That was
insane.
And we had Heat Daddy and the boys there too.
Oh, yeah, Heat Daddy, Bo Bennett. Yeah, it was good hanging out with those guys. I never met Heat Daddy before. You know that? That was the first time I ever met him.
Great dude.
He was such a good dude. Like, you know, like you see him on his social media, it's just a wild card. But like,
he's a wild card in person too.
Yeah, he is. But he's
drinking those goblets of red wine all night.
But he's actually a really good dude, you know, like he's
awesome.
Super great to hang out with and fun and nice and treats people great too, which I love to see when we were hanging out with him, just great with the fans and stuff, just like a total beauty clown. But that was, man, what's the best one we've done so far? Like comparatively, like that, the crowd, like the way they had it set up, to your point, G, out front of like T-Mobile, there's so many people there. Like it was actually pretty insane in Vegas to see that.
I would say this was the most well-run, but for me personally, the one we did together at Hat Tricks, we went down to Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa. Oh,
that was so fun because I think that was like my first Frozen Four as like an adult, not as going as a kid. So I thought that was and going to Hat Tricks before, and that Game Notes was just starting to become a thing, and we did the meetup at Hat Tricks for Big Deal Brew, and that was such a fun one.
And we did the Benny Barr interview that trip. We were hanging out the pool with him. And they did do that. They do a great job, the Frozen Four, with that fan fest before. We just were late to it in Tampa because we were at Hat Tricks too long. No surprise there. But they do that great job Frozen Four. They just need to do stuff like that at the regionals. And then we won't get on them so much about stuff. But yeah, the Vegas in-game, there's nobody better. That building is so loud. They do a great job. Zero things could have changed about that Vegas except our credential situation, which I will be invoicing you and Fish for that ticket.
I thought I gave you the cash when we were gambling.
No, that was my cash I put in.
Oh my God.
I was trying to explain that to somebody. Like Grinnell took all the money. And I'm like, no, he didn't realize.
I won all the money.
I put all the money in that we lost at the other place on the roulette on your terrible call for red.
Hey, every content thing I saw before I got there, when you guys were trying to do that, was like Merle's just going insane. Like, no, 17. I said 17. 17. He's like glitching out of the
Merle's was more tamed at the casino on this trip than 99, like more than every other trip we've gone on.
Yeah, because the dealers treat you with respect there besides the one. Yeah, the one gave me a hard time. I had to call up the video and he still shot me down. But yeah, well, it wasn't a huge gambling trip. We were too busy talking to coaches and players. We saw our guy Max Plant there. He ended up taking home the Hobie Baker. It was awesome.
What a win for him too.
And our guy from Quinnipiac popped over to say hi too before the final game, which
Ethan
was
Wittenbach.
awesome.
Yeah,
Whitty came by. Just what a
great
friend
kid
of the show. What a great kid. I mean, unbelievable. Like just the way he carries himself, like for a young kid. Like, just the parents did a great job. Like, great conversation. Like, super friendly. Chill, not crazy, like just a good dude. They got a good one there in Quinnipiac. He'll be back, of course, and had high compliments too, just in conversation about Quinnipiac and Rand Pecknold and the coaching there and the team.
And his decision to come back too.
Yeah.
And I'd say like my early overreaction predictions for next year, just having the boots on the ground in Vegas. Minnesota Duluth is going to be a wagon next year with the three Plant brothers. They got Max. They got Zim, and I believe, what is it, Zim? What is the last one's name? Yeah, he's coming in too. I got to meet all three of them at the tournament, but Minnesota Duluth going to be nasty. Quinnipiac, people are speaking really high of Quinnipiac. They're basically bringing everyone back next year. Michigan's loading up again with Michael Hage coming back. Moldenhauer's coming back. So overreactions right now, those three teams I like next year a lot.
Well, Michigan also added two guys from the OHL I saw, two studs. One was from Sarnia, one was from somewhere else. The transfer portal has opened. Before we close up on college hockey and move on, I did see Quinnipiac got a goalie from somewhere. They moved on. I know the Cornell goalie was moving out. There's been some movement. Have you heard any other big names or any stories yet?
So they got Rourke Appleby, and he played the last 2 years at Lake Superior State, I believe. And they are very high on this kid. They think he's nasty. Cullen Potter, I feel like that's kind of the big name people are talking about. He's leaving ASU to go to Michigan State, the school he originally committed to. That kid's nasty. That's a tough loss for ASU.
What's going on there? Are they losing lots of guys there or something? Like, I've seen some, like, my social media about ASU has been going off there. G, like, what's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're getting as much money right now in rev share as they'd like. So I think that's the thing that they're working on right now, is just trying to get a little bit more money from the school to pay the players. But I mean, but then I look here and like they already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different kids that are transferring in next year.
Murders Ball or something like that from Union went there. He was a goal scorer.
Yeah, 19 goals, 17 assists. Yeah, he had a great year. So
hey, explain this portal to me. Like, is there like a website you click on and it just populates everybody's names as they pop on there, like just crazy? Like,
I think I was gonna call these guys to the show today, but I'll have another show. Brad Elliott Schlossman. I mean, that
guy's sick. That
guy's on it. Grand Forks Herald. I mean, you think the like Elliott and these guys, like, they have to, there's 288 names in the transfer portal right now. Like that, you could suit 11 teams right now with all these guys that are in here. So it's shout out to all the college hockey insiders that are just breaking all these transfers and stuff. And then you add in the CHL aspect to it. Merles.
I had one.
I got one.
Yeah, Merles, you had that one. It came out like what, 2 days ago, right after Frozen Four ended. You were all over that.
Got it.
We're talking to you, Mer.
I'm trying to figure out the guy's name. The guy has the longest name in the history. It's a new goalie for Maine. But I scooped that one, and it wasn't from Benny Barr. But also, also about in Vegas, you remember that tip? We got the scoop on the Wisconsin assistant coach going to St. Cloud.
Yeah.
And we were ready to break the story. But, we're not only journalists, Arm Dog, we're team guys. And we said, hey, we're not going to mess with the Wisconsin mojo before the big game. We're going to just put that one in our back pocket.
I also got a tip the other day, too, that Boston Buckburger signed that 2-year deal with Columbus that I was told, like, just, hey, let it just get announced on its own. Just wanted to let you know. It's like, I'm happy for that kid, though. He had a great year, great tournament, 2-time Natty champ with Denver, Saskatoon kid, assisted on the game-winning goal, little one-y from the point as well. So he has fingerprints all over this national championship. But congrats to him as guys starting sign contracts as well.
Merle, what's the status on RPI? Because I will say, boots on the ground in Vegas, everyone's pretty optimistic about the RPI hockey program. A couple coaches were saying they really like what Langer's building.
Buy the stock. The stock. That's the stock. Going up. I think maybe 6 or 7 guys went into the portal. The one had a bunch of points. The other guys were kind of guys that just need to move on. And I would expect we grab a few guys, but it's more, we got a lot of guys from the dub. We got a lot of arm dogs coming down. We'll have 10 or 12 of those lunatics running around the ECAC. The rest of these nerds aren't going to like that. So I expect a middle of the pack or higher minimum this year, top 8 or higher out of RPI.
Is that what you expected? RPI is RPI like a place guys go to, like, try to have good years and then just jump into the portal and try to go to like a school? Because we even hear like Rand Pecknold talk about guys that, like, they have to retain guys, they have to develop guys, they have to do that. Like, that's what you guys are going to have to do, right? And like hope that guys kind of stay there, and if not, just
changed. Yeah, not like hard. When I went, you went there because we were good and you stay there.
But Rand's a great example, though. Like, Rand, if Quinnipiac was Division II in the early 80s, like if Rand can build Quinnipiac in central Connecticut into a wagon every year in the ECAC, like, why can't RPI? Like, why can't RPI be the next Clarkson? Think about Clarkson. Clarkson, for years and years, they were a great team in the ECAC. They'd go to the tournament. Sometimes they were a 1 seed. Sometimes they get in. There's no reason RPI can't be a Clarkson.
Yeah, we just had an RPI alum captain the spaceship to the moon. Come on. Where's that NIL money? Where's NASA? Why don't we have a NASA patch on our jerseys?
I do, guys, before we move on from college, gotta shout out Brett Larson and the Minnesota Gophers. Like, they have just been dominating the portal. Some of the names: Evan Murr, junior defenseman, Minnesota State; Austin Burnvleck, of sophomore, another kid from St. Cloud State, 20 goals, 18 assists last year. Finn Loftus, another kid, St. Cloud State. And then they got a goalie, Melvin Strahill from Michigan State. So
Melvin,
I think Minnesota Gophers, man, you can never count out the Gophers,
Yeah. I mean, some are saying it's because of the Plant brothers. When we had them on their show, they saw how big of beauties those guys are, and they're like, we got to go there.
No, this is the Gophers Army, not
the Gophers. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Not Minnesota Duluth.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
sorry,
and I finish up the portal talks. I saw some people online. I tried to educate them last year on this. Not everybody can transfer. Like schools, the Ivy League, schools like RPI, you're not allowed to transfer in just for your last season. Or I think it's even your last 2 seasons. Like,
wait, is RPI an Ivy League school?
No, but we act like one. And so we can't have guys going to Minnesota State or Lake Superior State for 3 years and then transferring. Well, what was it? Penn State too. Where was those guys taking? Golfing? We can't have those guys transferring in the senior year, doing 1 year of RPI or Harvard and getting our degrees. So that's why you don't see us taking like the older kids like some of these other schools can. So that's a huge disadvantage for us. But
why don't you want that?
They want to protect our degrees.
Protect the degrees. Okay. So you handcuff yourself a little bit with that, but that's the honor of RPI and these kinds of schools, right? Yeah. Gotta have big brains.
Hey, so you know who I just
like, oh my God, why aren't we getting any of these seniors? Right. Like, we can't.
You know who just entered the portal
RPI
is
to the moon.
Tyson Nash's kid just entered the portal at leaving Arizona State, Ty Nash. So he's been there Only did 1 year there.
So like,
Interesting.
he just went in. He just popped in there. You saw? Just
She's
populated?
on it. Jeez, the
Popped
college
in for
hockey
one.
insider.
Popped in for one.
See the finisher in the chat says RPI to the moon. Literally, hey?
Yep. We got our hands all over all the missions to the moon. But moving on from the moon to the IceCon, I got to talk. First of all, yeah, there was one guy out at in Vegas with our game note shirt. Shout out to him. He was hitting up the roulette wheel the last night. But then I got to IceCon, and right away at IceCon, pick 6 Alyssa. She comes running up to me. She's got her game note shirt on. She's looking for picks. She's like, I'm in the chat. I'm in the chat. But great to see those out there. Keep buying those for us and helping us out. And, IceCon was just insane. I talked a lot about it on Chicklets last episode. If you want to go listen to Spittin' Chicklets, you get David Carl talk all about Denver head coach. So you want to go listen to that. And then you get the full IceCon recap. And it was just an amazing day. Tons of people, 280 people. We hit the over. It was electric. I was exhausted, but we battled through. And, it was a great ending to our Chasing Goals season 1.
Hey, I saw the buses, like people had to walk. Like, was that all of you guys, those buses?
Yeah, so what happened was terrible timing by Elio, not only conflict with the Frozen Four on me. It was a Wrigley's day game. So we went to the DraftKings Sportsbook at Wrigleyville. So on a game day, they block off maybe
you can't. It's walking around, right?
Corridor, and they don't let anybody in there, so everybody can just kind of walk around without worrying about getting hit. But all the buses were like 6 blocks away, so the ice people just in a big line yelling goals, goals, goals for a 15-minute walk.
And what's your best story from the IceCon with all those lunatics?
Oh man! Well, there was one guy that ended up legless by the end, but I don't know if that's good. He had to get carried out of there. He celebrated a little too hard. That was good. Just the celebration, probably when we hit it so easily, it kind of didn't have any drama. So I was saying, like, we threw out some tweets for everybody to meet us behind our section because we were kind of spread out around the rink, and we came back there just to kind of say hi to everybody, hang out, and, just continue the good vibes. And it just broke out into a huge celebration, jumping up and down, chanting Elio, Mr. Ice. Like he's David Koresh to these people.
The Waco guy.
Yeah.
That's crazy comparison.
He's in charge of them.
It's just a crazy comparison. It is crazy, kind of a cult following that he has. Yeah, but you get to see it. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't been to one. I was told, someone hit me up on social, that if you guys didn't win that one, I would have to be at the next one for the Slump Buster to get out of it, because you guys were 0-2, but he finally got one. Are you happy that because you guys were 0-2 and you'd been along for the ride, Merles, with Ice, that you got it easily? Or would you guys all rather have sweated it out to like empty net goal? Like, what's the best?
I wanted the sweat. I wanted the empty netter because it was only 5.5. And I was like, it was 2-2. I'm like, that's it. Good. We just need 1 goal. He goes, no, we need 2 goals. I'm like, no, we just need 3-2. And then we'll get an empty netter. He's like, no, we don't mess around. I'm like, relax, Elio.
That's awesome.
So now we're 1-2 on IceCons, and I think we finished the season 6-3 maybe on Chasing Goals, and we're gonna do more next year. We'll definitely be in Pittsburgh next year, Army. We're gonna do new rinks because we're spreading the word, we're spreading the gospel door to door, and to get more people to come to IceCon and get more people on the DraftKings Sportsbook, like you see on the bottom.
You got to coordinate with Elio to get the date, so that we can get it in the hopper.
Well, what he likes to do is wait, though, on those Chasing Goals because he tries to pick a winner. But then we also got to do DraftKings states. He also tries to go with the weather. He's like, I don't like cold weather. I'm like, well, it's hockey season. There's only a few places.
You might have to start in Pittsburgh then. You might have to start in Pittsburgh.
Guys, before we move on from the IceCon and college hockey stuff, I did have one more thing on college hockey. Merle, did you hear David Carl on Chicklets this week and his suggestion for the NCAA tournament? Because it stumps both of us. Because me and Merle, one night when we were out at dinner, basically the entire dinner, everyone else was having conversations. Me and Merle just argued about the NCAA regionals and why they won't work and why we just were throwing out ideas. By the end of it, we were just talking in circles. But David Carl said it's 1-8, hosts 9-16. And then after that, it's just the top seed always, you're not doing like these like locations. It's just the top school host the top seed, host the lowest seed. Easy as that. You have asked those rinks to keep open 2 Saturdays, 3 Saturdays in a row, and then you can like really build this thing up. And the point he brought up was Maine a couple of years ago. And Merle, you've talked about this when Maine had to go to Allentown and they lost to Pennsylvania. Now Maine is out of the tournament this year, and they're losing people in the transfer. But imagine the momentum that Maine would have had if they back-to-back years, if they played a playoff game on campus. They're not losing these kids to the portal. They're getting these new guys in the portal because they just lost Poirier, one of their best guys.
So true.
Yeah. So it's like these teams, these small schools, and that's what he was saying. He was like, oh, people complain that like the small schools won't benefit from this. Well, Carl was like, I actually believe that the small schools will benefit from it because you go play a 1-game playoff at Princeton at Hobie Baker. People are going to be like, wow, this rink is fucking bananas. And they got to get there. RPI at the Fieldhouse, 1 game, man, red out. You're telling me people wouldn't want to go there? Banned on the glass?
Yeah, it would be nuts. That's what I just know, like, because that's what we were saying. Like, all these people are like, oh, Michigan can host all 4 teams, and like, no, it doesn't work because the rinks can't have locker rooms for 4 teams. The cities can't hold out hotels for 4 teams plus media, so you can't find out the regional spot for 4 teams 4 days before it starts. So that's why that doesn't work. I will still, I like that idea, but I like that Vegas. I could do that every year. Just have it Boston, Minnesota every year, Tampa, Nashville.
Imagine
like
Nashville.
They'll all be good. Just make them good cities for the regionals. Because next year it's Bridgeport and Springy. Come on. I did enough of those cities in the AHL.
Hey, I don't know if you guys like my idea too for the Frozen Four to like make it bigger, because you've got 4, like the CHL has 4 teams in the Memorial Cup, right? 1 team is a host team. They're automatically got it. They know they're planning. They're getting it ready for the whole year. They lose out first round. They got to practice and like be ready to go for the tournament to play the 3 winners of each league. Here, it's just all 4 winners. Like there's no host city, which is actually pretty cool. And you could do like a mini round robin into like an actual mini tournament format. I know it's longer. It would be a week in Vegas. That would suck. But it would be like more of like a tournament style where even if you lose a game, you can get to the semifinals and make your way to the final and find a way to win. And I think it's just so unique with the 4 teams there. Instead of they come in, they're slotted, bing, 2 teams are out first night.
Yeah, single elimination. It's just like I don't necessarily feel like you figure out the best team from single elimination.
Yeah, like North Dakota. Do you think that was their best game?
No,
that was horrible. They
were horrible.
They were scared. They're in quicksand. They just got swarmed and smothered by Wisco. It's like, you give them another game or you get them on another day, it's good. But like they didn't have their best foot forward that day, and so here we are. But you know what I wanted to see? I thought, and Merles, I think we talked about this in the bathroom one night, but like, why aren't they doing the women's Frozen Four the same weekend? Yeah, it's like Thursday, Saturday is the men's, Friday, Sunday is the women's, or vice versa. I mean, like the notion that like the women couldn't pack one of these rinks is crazy at this point with where the PWHL is now, and I don't know, maybe get the PWHL in the mix. Have them play a game Friday night, but like that off night in between games, I know they do the Hobie Baker ceremony. Do the Hobie Baker ceremony at 2:00, and there's got to be some type of games that Friday night because we're really missing out. Like the girls should have that opportunity to play there, especially in Vegas in front of the crowd. Like that would everyone's
be so
there, G, in jerseys. Like it was crazy. Like to see Vegas in that sort of like chaos with all the college fans there. It was crazy.
The problem again is the locker rooms.
Yeah.
Now you got to have 8 locker rooms.
Pack up the equipment, get it out of there, move it back in. Pack it out, get it out of there, move them back in. Move them to a practice rink so they can skate, move them back in.
Because they got the AHL rink there in Henderson too in Vegas.
There you go. Yeah, you could do that, I guess.
You could play them there.
Because I think everyone's there for like college hockey, right? Like
Oh,
you
yeah,
get
it
so
was
many
awesome.
fans that would go if you staggered the days to set
And
it
the
up
kids,
like that.
there's so many kids there at the Frozen Four. It's like all about the kids. It's like you add the women into it, then you get then all these little girls can come now, right? And then they have the opportunity to see their, especially like Wisconsin, like they are must watch. Like this Wisconsin women's team, Mark Johnson, 10 national championships. Like they are legit hockey. So
Wagon.
Well,
I
great
see in the
weekend.
chat they're talking about the McLeod slump buster. We're going to have to talk about the slump buster later on, but first we got to talk some regular NHL. Let's move it on. That was a great week. We got to get behind us because playoffs are here. We got to get dialed in. We got to get focused. But first, we got to shout out our guy, Jonathan Quick. Quickie called it quits. I don't know if you have the numbers there, his stats, Arm Dog.
Yeah, well, he's 19 years, 3 cups, 1 Conn Smythe, most wins, 410, and most shutouts by an American-born goaltender. I think he's 13th on the all-time list. But just an unbelievable career. Ended it against Florida, the Panthers in their rink. They're coming out to like hand out jerseys to the fans, and came out of the dressing room and everyone there, even all their injured guys, because they got a lot of guys that were shut down for the season that were there, and like just shook everyone's hand. But and he was great in New York, right? Like he was like a stabilizing force in New York when he was kind of said to be done, but just like a absolute horse through his entire career. And I think one of those goaltenders, Merles, that like in the same realm as Marc-Andre Fleury of entertaining stylistic goalies to watch. Like he's so fun. Like he's down low, he's sliding around everywhere. Like he's just had that unique kind of entertaining goaltender style. Like it was fun. He's kind of like a battler. Where's he from? Is he from like Connecticut?
Connecticut, yeah. So he used to train with us down at the Pelletz's with Jay Pagney. Jay Pagney, rest in peace. He's the guy, Jay Pagney's guy came up with Everybody Rides. And, Quickie had that on his helmet, one of the playoffs, honoring Pags. So, yeah, he grew up in Connecticut, and then he went to Avon Old Farms, and then to UMass Amherst.
With Miggs.
The Miggs at Avon,
the Miggs was in there, Avon, yeah. Well, just an awesome career, though, Merles. I mean, like those LA teams he was on, like just unbelievable, like what he did for them. And Conn Smythe winner obviously speaks for itself, but what a career. Tough to see good guys like that go, but like lasting 19 years in that position or even in the league is incredible. And then transitioning kind of to a backup position late in his career and playing phenomenal in that spot. So it's been pretty cool. Like we've seen a lot of guys do that. Hey, goaltenders that are like really good goalies that have kind of taken that backseat role, but still because they're elite are like have turned into great backups. Hey.
Yeah, awesome backups. They want to keep playing. Why wouldn't you? Flying around on the plane, eating those dinners, just living the life. Another guy that's done that even longer is Rick Bowness. I don't know how long he's coached, 40 years or something, but I think he might be starting to lose it. He lost it last night on the Blue Jackets when the season was over.
They went out with a whimper, didn't they? I mean, they were in the mix. It was so exciting in that East with all those teams and the Metro and what was going to happen. And I mean, that allowed Philly to kick in the door, and they just surged right past everyone. Islanders a whimper, Columbus a whimper, but Bowness went nuts. He was just like, he called his team out like he's had enough, and he probably said he should have done it a month ago, which probably would have helped. But he just said guys aren't, mad enough to lose.
They don't hate enough to lose or something.
Same
kind of stuff Tyrion used to say to us.
Yeah. Like he just seemed beside himself at the end of the year. And like, it went down, like the wins went down and like they were struggling, but it was like the last game of the year that set him off because the effort wasn't good enough and he didn't care. And he was just fuming. I mean, it was pretty raw, pretty honest, pretty harsh, you could say, but like, do you blame him?
Yeah. I think Pasha just has it for us so the people can hear it if you missed it.
And all you got to do is look at the stat sheet. 3 hits, 23 giveaways. Like, I don't know if I'm back, but if I'm back, I'm changing this culture. These guys, they don't care. Losing is not important enough to them. It doesn't bother them. Like, how can you go out and play like that? Should have done this about a month ago. But this is why we are where we are. This is why we're out of the playoffs. That kind of effort. Losing, you have to hate losing. I don't care if it's a meaningless game. I don't care. Show up and compete. 3 hits, 23 giveaways. What else you want to know?
You reached him for
Yeah, 3 hits, 23 giveaways, not great stats. What really killed the Blue Jackets was that Olympic break. I was out there the game before the break. I think it was 10 in a row. You had Werenski skating around with the American flag. They couldn't do anything wrong. And that break just came at the worst time for them. And they never seemed to get back on track afterwards.
Who's that a shot at, Merles? Is that like their leadership group or something? When you say guys don't care and culture, like that's a shot at like your veteran guys, kind of, hey?
Yeah, definitely. If you're saying that, it's the guys that have been there in your leadership group, which I find hard to believe because we know Werenski, he's a competitor. I've always heard Boone Jenner is a great captain, right? Isn't he the captain there still?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd have to dig into that a little bit more.
Young Bursey in the chat, 500 hockey over the last 10 would have put the Blue Jackets in the playoffs. I mean, that says it all for Philly to storm like they did and get back in there. I mean, that's an incredible story in itself, but it's a pretty big story too on the flip side to Columbus. And yeah, if he's back, he said he's fixing the culture in Columbus. And I only know like Rick Bowness, the times I've worked with him at TNT or met him, he's like the nicest guy. To see him like pissed like that is like crazy because visually just like disappointed with his group. Like, you know, you're in there battling, he comes in to get the job done. They were rolling so good and then just fell off the face of the earth, and you could see the frustration right there. There's issue. They got to fix something there though, and he wants to be the guy to do it. He's gonna have to figure out if he can be the coach to come back again. That was pretty good.
I think that's a perfect like job interview, saying that, like losing your mind. If I'm the GM or the owner, I'm like, all right, yeah, I want this guy back. He's committed. He's going to go crazy. And I would definitely bring him back, give him a chance next year. But they're done. Detroit's done. Islanders, like you said, are done. And that means we're all set in the East. All the matchups are set. We got the first one I want to say is Boston, Buffalo. We got Ottawa, Carolina, Montreal, Tampa. And then the one everyone's looking forward to, Philly, Pittsburgh. They are all set. We don't know when they're starting yet, but do you want to kind of just break down each one and give a pick and get our official pick so the fans can hate us and love us at the same time?
Yep, let's do it, Merles. Let's do it. Carolina, Ottawa. Want to start there? What you got?
I mean, wow. Ottawa looks good. Witt was on Chiclet saying Ottawa's going to win the first round series if they get good goaltending. I agreed with him on that because they've been the best team in the league when you look under the hood, and they get average goaltending. Ullmark, we've seen, is capable of like excellent goaltending, and he's been playing a lot better. Carolina is Carolina. They win the first round every year.
You go to the conference final. Like, that's what they do. Do you think they get by this team, though? Like, this kind of – we've always said this about Ottawa. It's like they're kind of a playoff team. They're physical. They can forecheck. They get after you. They kind of like Carolina likes to do that too. Flip pucks, rim pucks, get in after it. Carolina can skate, and they're a chaos team. And Ottawa is like a low suppression shot. It's like they're playing the opposite teams. It's crazy in this series. Like, I don't know what's going to be like. G probably has an X factor. He's X factor guy.
X factor in this
is
series.
Ullmark the X factor?
Yeah. Well, Brady Kachuk too. I don't know. Brady. You got anything on Brady Kachuk? What happened to him there when he would kind of like wobbly off the ice?
He said he went blind. I heard.
I was told he's fine and he's ready to go.
Okay, that was it. Yeah, man, this is a tough series to pick, but I guess we got to do it. Got to make a stand somewhere. I got to go with the experience. I got to go Carolina, and I will do it. They get it done in 7 games, and game 7 will be like a 2-1 game.
Oh, I like that. Jackson Blake X factor. Jackson Blake. Yeah, he might be one of those playoff performers for them. You know what I mean? Yeah. And how many games did you say Kane's in? As
game 7. I want to see a game 7, 2-1.
Well, that would make sense for first round hockey in the NHL. Just craziness. I will go the other way, Merles. I'll go Ottawa.
Okay.
I'll take the chance on the underdogs. I'll go Ottawa. I'm excited about their team. Made the playoffs last year. Battled hard to get in there this year. Found a way. And I'll go them in 6. Home ice.
I like that.
6.
G, you want to come in now for your picks?
Yeah, I'm going to go Carolina in 7. Bradley Nadeau main product. That's the X factor in this one here, boys.
Wow.
Benny Barr recruited this guy. Benny Barr found this guy. So Bradley Nadeau, Hurricanes in 7.
Wow. I had Hurricanes circled on my sheet here that I was going to pick them, and I switched it to Ottawa. So just to let you guys know.
Oh, so now you can come back and say, oh, no, I really did have them. You're acting like Biz. How about our guy Pasha, who we haven't seen yet? We got to have his official picks because he is Biz's best friend, and he'll be flipping around if we don't get it official.
I wish. No, I got Canes in 6 in this one. I think the experience just will trump Ottawa, and Canes win a couple rounds every year, guaranteed. Doesn't matter who they play. So Canes in 6.
Yeah. All right, there's that series. Moving on, the next series will stay up in the Great White North. Montreal at Tampa Bay. Armdog, what are you seeing in that series?
Man, Tampa just was like so good this year. Most man games lost on the back end, like just battling. I don't know if we'll see Hedman. Is there any word on Hedman? I haven't heard anything about Hedman with his leave of absence or what's going on.
I think he'll be in.
You think he'll be back in time?
I'm pretty sure he'll be back. Yeah.
Like dealing with injuries all year, made it to the Olympics, then out again, then leave of absence. Like, they've missed so many key guys, and they just, when they're on though and they're playing their game, like they are smothering. Like every guy is a worker. Every guy on that team's a worker. And then you have the enigma, Kucherov, who's just like got gecko vision and just makes everyone better. I'm going to go Tampa Bay in this one. As much as I love Montreal, great story, great young players. Suzuki hits 100 points, 50 goals Caulfield, 30 goals Slavkovsky. You looked up and down this lineup, like great stories from guys all over the place, but I just can't get away from the way Tampa plays as a team. Come playoff time, I'm going to go them in 6 games.
All right, G, we'll send it up to you.
Yeah, pretty similar to what Army said. I think Montreal has been an awesome story this year with, especially with like Fowler coming in too, Caulfield 50. There's just been so many awesome things. And I'm so bullish on the Montreal Canadiens future. Not right now. No. I don't think this is the year. The Tampa Bay Lightning, I mean, they're my pick to come out of the East. So I just think they're so dominant. They have the experience. They have the forwards. They have the defensemen. They have the goalie with Vasi playing this year. It's just this Tampa Bay Lightning team is so loaded. They have the coach. They have it all. So I got Tampa Bay Lightning in 5 in this one.
Wow.
Oh, I like that. All right, Pasha, what do you got?
Almost to a T. I echo both these guys' sentiments. I got Tampa in 6.
Boom.
Yeah, I got to ride with Tampa, and I got to think about if we have a Stanley Cup trip in our future or an Eastern Conference trip in our future. I want to go to Tampa Bay.
Hat-tricks.
Yeah, so why don't you give me Tampa? But I think it's going to be a good series. I think they can both score. I'm going to be on the overs early in that series, but I'll go Game 7 again. Give me Tampa in 7.
Sucks for Montreal. Like they just got to play Tampa first round. Like had such a good season, and then
they got to have their power play cooking. They got to have their power play cooking. Like that'll be like, but like Tampa's pretty nasty too. Radish, most goals in Lightning history for a defenseman this season.
Future Toronto Maple Leaf.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, making
Mack truck. Future sandbagger.
7-8 mil a year. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but. I mean, Montreal's going to have to like really be sharp on the special teams. They could take advantage of that, but that's going to be a heck of a series. That'll be fast. That'll be entertaining. 2 good fan bases. Like that'll be electric through that first round.
Mm-hmm. No pun intended.
Yeah. All right, Arm Dog. We're moving on to the next series. I want you to set this one up. This is the big one that a lot of the real hockey fans are looking forward to. That is Philadelphia versus Pittsburgh.
Oh my God.
I had some stats. They played a couple playoffs. Interesting nugget I heard. The last time the Flyers won a playoff series, it was versus Pittsburgh, and maybe the last time Pittsburgh won a series, it was against the Flyers. I don't know if that was true, but set up that round for us.
I think that's true, Merles. They've played each other 7 times in the history. Battle of Pennsylvania. The Penguins with like this Cinderella season, like everything worked out. So many guys with career years, rotating goalies, Skinner, she loves all year long. 2-headed monster. And then you chuck in Carlson with the season he's had. Just been a good mix and like a fun year all year, man. Is that your
X factor? Brazo, baby.
Oh, Brazo's kind of struggling right now. I think he has like a goal and 4 assists in his last like 16 games. So
This is what happens. You don't count out the X factor, Army.
Yeah,
He'll get you. When you least expect it.
Brazo, the X factor, man. Mantha scored again last night, 33 goals, I think, on the season. So it's like, it's just been one of those years. But Philly surging at the end of the year. They get Martone. They have Bump called up. They have Barkey. All these young guys are just getting inserted. They had Oliver Bonk, I believe, had a goal and an assist in his first NHL game last night. Like, they got all these young kids coming in. Michkov, what's going to happen with him? I think he had 3 points last night or something too. There it is. Jazz, Michkov on fire. Martone on fire. Jazz is done. Oh yeah. Then Vladar.
Jazz is firing right now.
Vladar's insane. He's their MVP for sure.
With the Riley Armstrong is greater than Colby Armstrong.
That's the biggest storyline of the series. My brother texted me the other day that he's been cut off from communicating with me, which is kind of crazy, but I also kind of love that. I love that for this series. So that'll kick off this weekend. And I mean, I gotta go Pens with what I've seen this year with the way they play. Like, it's just, Philly's got good mojo. They got in there, boys, but Pens have played unreal all year long, found a way, top 10 special teams all year long. And they just have like those difference makers, game breaker guys. They just have more of them in their lineup when they're going. So I'll go Pens. Pens in 5.
Pens in 5 from Arm Dog G. What do you got?
You don't bet against Sidney Crosby. Pens in 7. It's just, you learn these things at a young age. You don't bet against the guys like Crosby. So Pens in 7.
Pasha, what do you got?
I got Pens in 6. Flyers suck. Not a good hockey team. Pittsburgh's got more offensive juice. I think they'll take care of them in 6.
Yeah, well, gee, it's funny you say that because that's right here. EBR rule number 4: never bet against number 87. I've made the mistake a couple times. That's why I had to make it a rule, but definitely not in a playoff series against Philadelphia. He has the most points of any player ever against the Philadelphia Flyers. He just lives for this. He's getting another crack at the playoffs, and he won't disappoint, and the rest of his team will be playing even harder for him, knowing he's got one more shot at this. They couldn't believe it. It was not supposed to happen this year. Give me the Penguins in 5 games. They're going to just jump this rookie team. It's a new game. You learned it, Army, when you were a Pittsburgh Penguin, so ride the alumni here.
How awesome is this, though, guys? Like, Battle of Pennsylvania. Yeah. We got Montreal, Tampa, Boston, Buffalo in the same year that there's the Olympics. Like, the NHL just we can't miss right now.
You can miss if you're the Devils, but I digress.
But they fired your GM for you finally. But G mentioned it right there. My favorite series. Obviously, I might have to cut off communication with G during this series because it's Buffalo versus Boston. I mean, people are just as excited for this one that are up in this part of the what do you call it? The latitude, is that up higher? Down in Pennsylvania's here. New York, Boston's this latitude. Yeah, the 90, the interstate 90.
You compare New York and Boston. We're 10 times better than you. 10 times the city you are, and 10 times the state you are.
Arm Dog set up this series for us.
Oh my God. Gee, why don't you tee up your Bruins? Let's do that. And then
not much to say. We're tougher. We have more piss and vinegar. Nobody thought we would be here right now. Everybody counted out this Boston Bruins team, me in particular. I said they had a closer chance of getting the first overall pick than making the playoffs this year. And here they are. This is what they do. They prove people wrong. They prove spitting chicklets wrong. I know all you guys are picking Buffalo. I'm ready for this. I know you guys are going to pick them, and they're going to prove you wrong just like they've proved everyone wrong all season. Jeremy Swayman, he should be the Vezina winner. Marco Sturm, he should be the Jack Adams winner. David Pastrnak, Buffalo's got nobody like David Pastrnak. Nobody. Nobody.
Somebody with a gold medal might say differently.
Hey, it's my turn to talk. I got the Bruins in 7, Merles. Fuck you. I love the city of Buffalo. Great people of Buffalo. Chippewa Street. Love it. Would love to get up to a game. And if I do, please don't bully me. But I got the Bruins in 7. I can't pick against my team after this year.
God, you're gonna.
Well, we should have had the disclaimer ready for that one. But I will tell you a little bit about the Buffalo Sabres because I don't want you guys making your picks without some more information. There's a guy called Tage Thompson. He scores 40 goals every season, just like Pasternak does. He has a gold medal from the Olympics, not from the World Championships, like maybe Pasta does. Your goaltending is better. I will give you that. I think your goaltending has been better. I do like the Sabres goal. He's played well this year, but we got the better D. We got 6D. They can all skate. We got some guys with size. If you guys want to play your bully puck, the big bad Bruins, we'll bring in Stanley and Army.
You don't have the better D. You don't.
Yes. You kidding me? Check
Luke
out
Chen
our
on your
skating.
second pair.
game
Get
notes.
the fuck out of here.
You're out of your mind. You got one okay D. That's it. What are you worried? Think I'm worried about Zadorov? We got rid of Zadorov because he doesn't know how to play. He's going to take 100 penalties in the first 3 games.
Merles, I'll tell you what. I know Nikita Zadorov listens to all things Spit and Chicklets game notes, so you might have just got yourself in a little hole there. I think Nikita Zadorov is my X factor for this series. He knows you guys gave up on him, and he is pissed.
And I just know the confidence level, not only in the team and the coaches, but the city. They put the billboards up of Witt. They're not scared of Ryan Whitney. They're not scared of the Chicklets, of Barstool throwback. They don't care. They know they're the better team. So I'm on Buffalo. And I mean, I do like your coach. I love your goaltender. Buffalo's the best team in the league in the last 40 games. Buffalo in 6. If it's in 6, they have a chance to clinch. I'll be at the game.
Wow.
Hey, are we going to do a live stream on one of those games too, G? That would be electric with you and Merles on there just going at it.
We definitely should. I would
Yeah,
love
we
that.
should look at maybe a game notes or something doing so.
like
I don't
that.
know. It would be fun to do. I mean, this series is going to be electric. I think with the fan bases, the setup, boys, like to the point that we just saw you two dummies going at it. The billboard of Witt up in Buffalo, like they're handing out receipts, they're taking it personal. Like it's electric. I got Buffalo in 6 in this series. I like both teams. What do you think the odds are of like a Shen Janot fight like in this series?
Oh,
That's a good question.
8,000.
You don't see many playoff fights. The guys don't
Minus
always drop the
3,000.
gloves.
But there's been more fights during this season than years past. So I got a feeling there's going to be some tone setting, especially if you get a blowout in one of the games early.
And we saw
So if the
Buffalo
game's
against
coming
Tampa,
back.
like they learned their lesson. They don't have a Maple Leafs incident. They had it last year, and now they're like dialed, and they're just dogs now. Like, and they're gonna play the big bad bully Bruins. Like you can't bully Buffalo now. You can't. They don't care. None of their guys care. It's awesome. Like this will be a hell of a series. Another great first round series, boys.
I think
Unbelievable. I don't think you can count out the Bruins, though. I'll say that at the end. Like the Bruins have had a great like underdog season where they've just been like one of those teams that's hard to beat. Like that's gonna be a hell of a series.
I think like one thing you can't ever count out is a team of destiny, and that's the one thing with the Buffalo Sabres that worries me. Like they were down, they were out, they fired their GM, and they rise from the ground, they rise from the ashes. And then like everything that happened with Rasmus Dahlin and his fiance this year, it's like everything is pointing to the Buffalo Sabres to be a team of destiny this year. I just can't pick against my Boston Bruins.
I thought when you teed that up, I look at Posh's face and I'm like, oh my God, he's saying the Bruins are the team of
Yeah,
destiny.
same. That's what I thought he was talking about the Bruins.
I saw Posh when you said that. He went,
the Bruins and Robert Oliver just put this here in the chat. Bruins aren't a great team on the road. I think that's where like you need for the Boston, they need to go in and steal one early in Buffalo because they'll be fine at home. They're one of the best home teams in the NHL, but I just worry because Buffalo, boys, imagine how crazy that arena is going to be. That is going to be insane.
I saw a flashback to the good old days, like early 2000s, kind of in that time when they were rolling. When Danny Briere was there and all those guys, and they showed like a fan section thing on a social media clip to like get the energy pumping for Buffalo, like their outside crowd and everything at the bar.
I was in a couple of those.
Were you like those scenes are just insane. Like it's kind of crazy how you forget. There's a generation of Sabres fans that just like they don't even know. You know what I mean? There's that famous video, first game of the year, we suck again. We suck. That one kid walking away. He's like, last time they made the playoffs, I was 6 years old. He's a grown ass man. Like, like they have no clue.
Since the Buffalo Sabres last won a playoff game, I had my senior year of high school, graduated college, moved to New York for 8 years, lived in New York for 8 years, got engaged, got a dog, had my dog for 5 years. It's like, this is crazy.
It's a lifetime. It is crazy. Can you imagine just being a little kid Buffalo fan?
Brutal.
Just wearing your Jack Eichel jersey around.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Party in the plaza before. What's funny, I want to say before we get Pasha's pick, I feel like Witt is kind of behind the word like wagon, like calling teams a wagon in the hockey community. And then like I feel like Buffalo has stolen that. And I mean, they put a real
you
wagon.
invented that.
No, I got Witt. I'm going to give Witt credit for that one.
Wow.
And they put a thing like a wagon in front of their rink, and yet they're still coming at him with these billboards. So it's
awfully cocky.
Yeah.
I like.
But what do you got, Pasha?
I love what Marco Sturm has done. I think he's done a very commendable job. I have 2 new pairs of underwear since Buffalo's been. David Pasternak is my favorite player in the league. But I agree with what Robert Oliver Carlson said. Bruins aren't a good road team, just minus the word road. The Bruins are not a good team. Buffalo is going to rinse them. They're just faster. They're a much better rush team. I got Sabres in 5.
Under the hood. Holy.
Pasha, you're an idiot. And I want to say this. I do want to say, Merles, you'll like this. Pavel Zacha left the last game. I believe his wife just went into labor. I hope I'm not breaking news.
Oh, team of destiny.
But I think we got to bet Zacha first goal next game.
That always happens.
Or anytime goal score or first goal for Zacha next game. They always get a goal after the baby.
Here's the problem, G, with Zacha is he peaked too early. And as you know, my scouting report on Zacha is he'll score in bunches. He'll score 10 goals in 20 games, and then he won't score for 20 games. And he just had his little hot month. He's gonna go quiet in the first round. Watch. He's gonna miss like 2 wide open nets like he always does.
Now I'm cheering for Zacha.
Like you're just so wrong about this guy. Like I'm congratulating this guy for having his first child, and you jump in and just berate him for his shots and his analytics and how he always misses the net. Unacceptable, Pasha. I won't have it. I won't have it.
Wrong.
Congratulations, Pavel and Gabby, on the new baby.
Wow.
Congrats on the baby. You won't be winning a playoff round.
Playoff baby.
All right, so there's our Eastern Conference Series previews. Now we're going to move on to the West, but we really can't move on to the West because it's an absolute shit show. The Edmonton Oilers, they could finish first and win the division, or they could end up in the wild card 2 spot and play the Colorado Avalanche. It is coming down to the last 2 nights. It's been crazy. The Anaheim Ducks are like the biggest jokes of all time. They're, I think, 1-9 in their last 10 or 1-8 in their last 9. I had them against Vancouver the other night. They can't even beat the Vancouver Canucks. They played who'd they play last night? The Minnesota. Oh, they played the Iowa Wild last night, and they couldn't beat them. They're lucky they won that game against San Jose last week, or they might be out of the playoffs. I don't know what's going on with them. Armdog, what are your thoughts on the West? We do have 1 series set, Minnesota and Dallas.
I mean, I thought we were going to see this in the East down to the wire. It fizzled quicker in the last 3 games or so of the season. It was kind of like set up already. Pretty dramatic with Philly getting in the shootout the other night against Carolina. But we're going to get that here in the West with these teams, with their last games. Like, this is incredible. Right to see it, right from a wild card position all the way up into like the regular division. Like the pillow fight is real over there. Like, will it just end the way it ends with everyone losing? Like, it might be actually set up just by the way it's going. Like, no one will interchange, no one will move. What are we going to do with this, Merles? We're going to have to post a video on like Thursday night or Friday or something.
Can always have the graphic god Berta go to work too. He'll rip up 50 graphics instantly for the boys.
Well, that's what we'll do. We'll do that, but we can definitely get into the Minnesota Dallas, which if you saw Spit and Chicklets social media, the guys had to make a clip about me talking about the Wild.
Oh, that was great.
And just get the entire state of Minnesota coming after me.
You went at them first.
Dude,
I went
after
called
them
team.
the fraud squad.
You called them the fraud
squad. They got the goalie puking in the crease. I mean, come on. But yeah, Dallas. So I'm on Dallas. I just love Dallas. I love their goaltending. I think their goaltending is much better. I mean, Heiskanen, I don't know the word on him if he's coming back, but if he's back at any time, you got him and Harley. They're two great D. Up front, they have so many weapons. And if we're talking like X factors, he's not even an X factor. He's just the best player, Mikko Rantanen. In a playoff series, the big body, you saw what he did last year. I don't really trust Kaprizov. And when it's going to get tight in a big game against these big D, do you see the size of the D on Dallas? Myers, Bischel, these guys are mutants back there. They're going to clog it up. And I just think Dallas is maybe the best team in the NHL.
And they got the power play god too, Wyatt Johnston. Oof. And I mean,
I think it's important to watch though. Apparently Roope Hintz had a setback. They were expecting him back for game 1. Now it sounds like he might miss a couple games. So that'll play a factor.
I mean, it's just wild that I feel like Quinn Hughes' name hasn't been uttered once by you guys. Like you mentioned Mikko Rantanen. Quinn Hughes is the best player in this series. And I think that's the part we're missing here, boys. Quinn Hughes. I know Merles doesn't like the under 6 feet defenseman in the playoffs.
Do I got to go back to the stats?
He did it. He did it in the gold medal game. He did it for the Olympics. I love Quinn Hughes, and I love the Minnesota Wild. I got the Wild in 7, boys.
They've got 240 goal scorers on each team. Robertson and Johnston with 45. You got Kaprizov with 45, Boldy with 42. Okay, they got goal scoring guys. It's going to come down to those intangibles. I like what Merle said about Dallas's D. That could be their X factor, no question. When you look at it, some of the deals they made and guys they brought in. I don't know. I just feel like Minnesota's got something going. You know, like Billy G puts together a gold medal run. He goes and makes a big Quinn Hughes splash. Like it just. I don't know. Like I gotta go them. Quinnesota, pick 6, Alyssa in the chat. Quinnesota. I'm all over it. I'm gonna put my pick in. I'm gonna put in Minnesota in 7 games.
They deserve it.
Though I'm jumping on the fraud squad wagon. I'm jumping on it. I just think they can grind too. They got it so they can grind. They're a grind team. They can hang in there with Dallas. Dallas, a formidable opponent. I can see them going to the final. I can see Minnesota going to the final also, boys. So I think it's that kind of series. It's electric that's the first one locked up that we're only allowed to talk about in the West right now. But I got Minnesota. I'm going flipping it on you, Merles. We're going head to head on this one.
All right.
I'll go Minnesota 7.
What do you got, G? I know you're a Minnesota guy. You just want to go to steaks at Billy G's again.
Yeah, I just
Billy
said
Sushi.
it. I got Minnesota in 7, and I'll go to Billy G's, but I'll also go to Billy Sushi. Best sushi in the entire country, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I just, like Army said, there's just something about this Minnesota team. But I gotta be honest, like I'm picking here with my heart, not my head. Everything in my head says to pick the Dallas Stars here. Like Merle said, like. They got the big dogs and Mikko Rantanen. They got the goalie and Ottinger too. But I just want this so bad for the people of Minnesota, the great state of Minnesota. They deserve this. Their tax dollars are getting ripped out from under them and doing God knows what.
And daycares.
The Leering Center.
I mean, it's the state of hockey, and like they've never had a deep playoff run. I want it for the people of Minnesota. That's all I want to see.
Let's go.
I like that. All right, Pasha, what do you
Somebody in
got?
the chat says Minnesota is super well known for its sushi.
I'm telling you, Billy Sushi.
Yeah,
best
I gotta
sushi in the
say,
country.
I'll vouch for Billy Sushi. Guy's a legend. Sushi's great. What a
I'm aligned with G in the sense of, I'm a big Quinn Hughes guy. I think he's unbelievable. I want to see him succeed. But so, my heart is Minnesota, but my brain is Dallas. I just like, I like to compare positions and guys cancel out. And I think like if Heiskanen's healthy and playing at his best, him and Hughes is better, but they kind of wash each other out. But what I think is really going to separate these two teams is down the middle. I just think Minnesota is weak down the middle. I love Eric Sinek. He's awesome. But after him, there's just not much there that I like.
So Hintz is big, though. Hintz is big, too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the Hintz health will be huge. I just think down the middle is Minnesota's biggest weakness, and you need center depth in the playoffs. So I think that will be their downfall. That's why I've got Dallas in 6. But I do want to see Quinn in Minnesota succeed. So I hope I'm wrong on that pick.
Yeah, I mean, I make my claims assuming Heiskanen is coming back. Of course, when I made those claims way back when, I assumed Hintz was going to be back, but that doesn't hurt me as much as if Heiskanen's back. But it's a 7-game series, and the bigger bodies will prevail in 7 games. That's how it always has been. That's how it always will be. If this gets to a game 7, which goalie are you going to want to have? Which set of D are you going to want to have?
I want a
early
guy
guys that aren't worn
crease.
down, that aren't tired of getting hit. So I'm on.
I don't know if I
7
agree
games.
with it being a no-brainer that Dallas's goaltending is better. I think Jesper Wallstedt is fucking lights out. Even Gustafson's had a great year. So
Yeah, but who's going to play? You don't know.
Should be Wallstedt, in my
I
opinion.
want guys puking in the
People are good
crease,
last
Merles. I want warriors puking in the crease, battling. That's what I want. Just a little blurp right in the crease. Just a fucking, that was legendary. I mean, how do you not love a guy that does that? And I'm a Ryan Hartman guy too. Like, this guy's a battler warrior. He's been hot down the stretch. I saw someone in the chat mention that. Jerry Showman in the chat, question mark Hartman. You know, like, yeah, I like Hartman. Good down the middle. I mean, he's not those other guys on Dallas, to Pasha's point, but I like him. I like him in playoffs. I really like him. I'm going to read something for you guys about playoffs.
All right, let me give you a Minnesota last thing, X factor. The one thing I am worried about is the Foligno brothers. I feel like they could team up and just cause complete mayhem in the series. So that's my one worry.
Bully hockey. Foligno brothers, big bully hockey.
Who did they play on a line with too? Who are they on a line with there? Do you know? Can you look that up? It's the 2 Foligno brothers. I was watching one game a little while ago, and they were
Trennan? Is it that
running
other
around? They were running around. Maybe, yeah. Oh man,
McCarron.
They got some big bodies.
Oh, that's who it is, McCarron.
Oh, McCarron and the Folignos running around.
Yeah,
dude, like there's no puck on the ice. Like, oh my god, yeah.
They're going to be a problem.
This is what it brings it back to. It's a marathon. These are the playoffs, boys. My buddy Steige. Marathon, not a sprint. Special teams and goaltending. Adjustments. Initiate, don't retaliate. You can lose 3 and still win the series. That's a good one. That's a great line. Desperation is the fuel of motivation. It's so good. First round is often the toughest, and we're going to get it. This is awesome. This might be one of the best series of the first round. And we still don't even have the other West series, but these 2 teams. And that's why the first round
just sucks. They have to play each other. It's like Montreal and Tampa on the other side. I just wish it wasn't like this.
Yeah, it's a joke.
All right. Is that good? And then we'll
good. Yeah. Stay tuned to our socials. We'll post the other picks. And then, I mean, by the time it's next Wednesday, it'll probably only be maybe 1 game in on each series. So we can break down some more. And of course, on DraftKings Sportsbook Army, can always live bet the series, can always jump in. So by next Wednesday, you get a little feel. It's nice to sometimes a team is down, you jump on the big odds and you get a nice series price, or even better, you get a team behind in a series, you take their cup future. Everybody's jumping off. You jump on. You get a nice price on your cup future there.
Man, McCarron and the Folignos, man. That's a cartoon. That's a cartoon show.
Yeah. Merle, I think that's a great point you brought up there. Like, who's a team right now that you think is gonna get good value that fans should keep an eye out on?
I tell you one, I keep jumping back and forth on, and I've been burnt by them before, but Vegas is starting to, they're starting to eat away at me.
Yep. Love that.
I've come close to logging on to that DraftKings Sportsbook and clicking that. I think they were 13-1 yesterday. The Dallas 10-1, I still think is good. There's just no value in Colorado. So that's why I kind of throw them out. I know they're great. I know they got a ton of lines. I just not betting them in 3-1.
Yeah. What's Buffalo?
Buffalo to win the cup. I haven't even looked at that. I got them to win the conference at 10-1, which it's down to 7-1.
This might be like just the play though. Like if you're really looking at that.
I like that. I like that.
They get good goalie play here. Vegas could easily make a run.
Yeah. Sabres 16-1.
Have they
Oilers? How about the Oilers starting to look okay?
What's the Oilers odds?
13-1.
Oh, I like those odds.
Wow. 14.
Third time's the charm.
That can't be true in the chat.
I mean,
chat's lying to us,
Leon's
boys.
rested, just been ripping cigs. He's good.
Yeah. Just German hand
and
rolled
like they
cigs.
never had goaltending, and they still made it to the finals twice. So that doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I got some
crazy.
hard thinking to do this weekend where I make my big future ticket.
Cigs and popcorn in the chat for Leon. That's what they're saying.
Some other futures I have are awards. I actually have $100 on Cale Makar to win the Norris Trophy at 6,100, win $6,000. And you see my other award picks. Oh, we got a whole graphic up there.
The graphic god.
Shout out Berta.
We'll go through mine first here. I got the Hart Trophy. I'm going to give it to Nathan McKinnon. I know he's not the leading scorer anymore, but he had the best team all year. He led them. I know they got tons of weapons, but he was just the whole season long. I know Connor's been great the last little bit, more than him maybe, but I give it to him because he had the best team. And the same on the D, Cale Makar. I know his numbers aren't there, but Werenski, I love him. He didn't make the playoffs. Our boy Bacardi, Pink Whitney, Bouchard. Yeah, he's got a ton of points, but he doesn't play any defense. Cale Makar is the best defenseman. He plays everywhere. He plays 30 minutes a night, and he's the best defenseman. So everybody out there with a vote Cale Makar for best defenseman. Vesna, I go with Vasilevsky down in Tampa. He's just always the best goalie. They were great this year. Selke, I go Nick Suzuki up in Montreal. Give the Canadians some love up there. 100-point season from him. And he just does it all for them. Same thing, power play, penalty kill, first minute, last minute, whatever else he's doing, eating poutine in the locker room, getting the hot dogs down there for the guys. He's the captain. He does it all. And I'm going Jack Adams. I'm going with your guy, Army. Dan Muse, Pittsburgh. Not a single person in the world had Pittsburgh making the playoffs. I don't care what anyone says. We all thought they stunk, and they've been awesome. And he did it with basically the same stuff they had. They didn't go and get any crazy trades or anything. It's been Sidney, Malkin. He revived Carlson, which was huge, and I think he deserves it. First time coach
Gino
as well.
to the wing. Move Gino to the wing, and like everyone's having career years. Yeah, good. I think mine's like almost exact same as yours, buddy. I love how Berta's put your preseason picks at the bottom too, which you can compare to. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it was awesome. So I got Connor, stayed with Connor for my preseason. I picked Quinn Hughes. And then obviously the trade happened, and he, good, very good. I mean, he's been electric. I think did he have set a new points record for a defenseman in Minnesota history, and he played like half the games.
Yeah,
Cale Makar, though, I'm the same with you. Cale Makar, Andre Vasilevsky, Nick Suzuki, straight down the board right there.
Nice.
Who'd I have? Igor Shesterkin. I mean, that was something else. He is what he is. Their team was what it was too, and I got Dan Muse there as well. I had Marty St. Louis down there.
So that's pretty good.
It's pretty sick.
That's a nice pick.
Yeah.
And I think John Cooper would be my second pick, but maybe Marty St. Louis as well with what he's done in Montreal.
Nice. All right. Yeah, there's another one. Makar for Norris. Makar for Norris, everyone out there, if you're listening.
It's very controversial, I think, that is the Makar for Norris, because there's so many good D. You know what I mean?
Oh, they all deserve it. All right, G, you're up.
Yeah, I mean, I had Jack Eichel as the preseason Hart pick. Could still win the Conn Smythe after a little Vegas playoff talk we just had. So, but I like Kucherov now. I just think what this guy's done this season has just been it's just been dominant.
Video games.
Yeah, it's just video game-esque. Preseason pick was Quinn Hughes for the Norris. Wouldn't be surprised one bit if he won it again. But I got our guy, pride and joy of Michigan, Zach Werenski. I think he's just been so good this year. And when he willed the Columbus Blue Jackets to be into a playoff spot that they had no business being in. So I like Werenski as a Norris. And Swayman, my guy Marcussi texted me all these stats about Jeremy Swayman. I got to pull it up.
You got hypnotized by stats?
Oh, Jeremy Swayman, man. This guy, he's these under the hood stats. He's had 38 starts above 900 save percentage. That's first in the NHL. 4.8 wins above expected. That's second in the NHL. 0.53 goals against average above expected. That's second in the NHL. Over 1,500 shots against. That was fourth in the NHL. And then 28.8 goals save above expected, second in the NHL. So my guy Mark Cussy went under the hood for me. This
26.2, but yeah.
This guy, no, you're wrong. This guy has been put the Bruins back on the map this season. I think like that was the biggest question heading into the year is like, is Swayman going to bounce back? He's been their best player all year. We talk about Pastrnak, we talk about McAvoy, we talk about the injection of the youth that they've had into this lineup, but Jeremy Swayman has been their MVP. People forget this team was plus 10,000 to win the division at the beginning of the season. Now they're in the playoffs. So, and it's all because of Jeremy Swayman. So
great sales.
I got him for the Vezina. Suzuki, I think we can all agree Suzuki is a Selke winner. And then Marco Sturm, like I just said, I mean, nobody expected this Bruins team to compete this season, let alone be in the playoffs. They're now in the playoffs. But I think what's been most impressive to me is how the youth, the injection of the youth that he's brought into this lineup. Fraser Minton, Marat Kuznetsov, all these guys, Bruins have struggled with that for years, is getting young guys into the lineup, getting them to play meaningful minutes and having them have an impact. Marco Sturm has figured out how to do that. I feel like the LA Kings, I'm sure they're regretting letting that guy go because he's been fucking nails. So
kiss of death for G with the Jack Adams pick. I mean,
I know.
Evason. Dean Evason, and then
who did I have on mine? I don't remember who I had. Did he get gassed?
Todd McClellan.
No, he was close to probably. He had to be up there at one point though when they were winning the division.
Yeah, they were rolling.
I just want to say, I think it is crazy. The Bruins disclaimer hasn't been played one time for me. Like, I'm doing the true. This might be the craziest I've ever talked about the Bruins.
The following statements are about to be made by a deranged Bruins fan. The views expressed are his and his only. Take everything you hear with a grain of salt, because remember, he is a deranged Bruins fan.
Fair, very fair.
Way too late.
While we're on the Bruins talk, we kind of skipped over it. Hagen's had his first games there. G, I thought he looked pretty good.
He's buzzing. I feel like everything everyone said about this guy is, all offense. He's not going to give you that defensive side. He's been great. I mean, I think his first point.
He's working.
Yeah, he's grinding out there, and I think the first point that he got an assist on, like the forecheck he had, he bangs the guy down low, kicks it over to I think it was Kuznetsov, who then sends it back to Yoki Hari at the point, or it was Corrali. But regardless, like to see that kind of grit from this kid, I just didn't think we were going to get that. So been very, very impressed with him so far. I'd like to see him stay in the lineup.
All right, G. Pasha, what about your awards here? No devils, please.
I got the Nate Dogg for the heart. I think any of him, McDavid or Kucherov, I'd be fine with that. Norris, I got Werenski. Just hard to ignore what he's done, regardless of them missing playoffs. I think he deserves it. Vezina, Logan Thompson. He's not going to win it, but he should win it. G, I don't know what hood G looked under for his Jeremy Swayman stat, but he's just getting into looking under the hood, because if you look under the hood of three different models, the average goals saved above expected, Logan Thompson is by far and away the first in the league at 31.2. The next is Sorokin at 28.7, and that's combining evolving hockey, money puck, and hockey stats. So Logan Thompson has been the best goalie in the NHL this season. Like I said, I don't think he's going to win it, but he should win it. I also had Shesterkin Army for my preseason pick. I thought he was going to drag that corpse of a team into the playoffs, but alas, thankfully he didn't. Selke, Sammy Reinhart. He's just, the guy scores goals and he's rock solid defensively. So I think he should get some love for that. Of course, the 1 year Barkov's out. I thought that'd be kind of his chance, but I do think that Suzuki will win it, like you guys all had picked. Had he shared the preseason, we won't talk about that.
You're such a pandering son of a bitch, Pasha. Werenski, friend of the pod. Logan Thompson, your good buddy. Sam Reinhart, your good buddy. John Cooper, friend of the pod. I can read you like a book, you son of a bitch.
Play the disclaimer.
Yeah.
Friends of the program disclaimer. We need a new one.
I just think it's Coop's time. I mean, it's fucking absurd. The guy doesn't have a Jack Adams. Everything Tampa's done, I think it's his time. Just give it to him. But I do think my preseason pick hasn't been talked about enough. I think Travis Green's done an awesome job in Ottawa, and I don't think he's really going to get much love for it just because other guys like Dan Hughes have done such a good job. But I think Travis Green deserves a little more praise.
All
Yeah,
the
under
he's
the
done
hood.
dealt with a shit show
Yeah.
up there too. Like
Yeah.
that's got like you got it. You look at the records, you look at this preseason. You got to take in the fact that that guy was dealing with so much shit off the ice all year.
Yeah.
Well, he
Mhm.
had
So,
even
yeah,
big.
there
He
it
had
is.
big Walt coming after him for not playing Brady enough. He had to deal with the parent. He had a parent to deal with,
Hockey dad.
Crazy hockey dad.
which was
I
a
love
crazy time. I love that too. That was great. That was awesome.
Well, that is that. That's it on the awards. I hope Makar gets it, so I have some money to put on some World Cup soccer come this summer. But I got to tell you first about Prime Monday Night Hockey. All right, Prime Monday Night Hockey 2 days ago. It was Dallas at Toronto. The game was belligerent. Toronto got up early, but then they remembered, oh shoot, we're supposed to tank, so they started tanking. Dallas ended up coming all the way back, winning 6-5. They did not get the empty net goal. Do not get me going on that. But that was the perfect Prime Monday night game because it was just tons of goals and goals and goals. And then Army, I don't know if you heard, but I'm pretty sure I heard on the Spittin' Chicklets podcast that tomorrow night the boys are going to be somewhere.
I didn't hear.
They will be in beautiful Secaucus, coast to coast, Amazon, baby. Biz Wit and Yans will be in studio.
Yeah, so that's the coast to coast on Prime. If you don't know what it is, it's when they hop around to all the games and they talk about each game. It's going to be good if this Western Conference is still up for grabs. They can bounce around to the games that matter and jumping back and forth. But anytime you get Biz, Wit, and Yans on there, it's always their best show.
That's up their alley for sure. Doing that style, unreal.
Yes, they're just chirping Biz the whole time. They usually like Wit and Yans like to team up on Biz on that. So look forward to that for tomorrow. And then
Wait, I will say there is a lot riding for Bruins fans on this game, actually, because if the Leafs win, that would put them at the sixth worst record in the NHL.
Yeah,
which
I saw that. That's true. And it's who are they battling against?
Seattle right now. So if the Leafs win, they'll then have 80 points, which would then put them at the 6th best record in the NHL. And as you guys know, the Bruins have the Leafs' first overall pick if it's top 5 protected. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, the lottery. When do they do the lottery? I feel like, do they do that before the playoffs, or is that
the Kraken?
May 5th. They do the lottery will be done May 5th.
May 5th. Neither one, Matt. Stay hot. But yeah, so Prime, there will be no time. I've been watching a couple of shows with the wife on Prime, but there will be no time for that coming up in the next 2 months as the playoffs will just encompass every part of us. Hopefully there's no sweep, so there's no nights off. But I've been watching Yellowstone. We ripped through Yellowstone on there in Prime. And then the only thing I really get to watch on Prime during this playoffs will be in the morning. My kids go nuts for this Mouse Cookie. I don't know if you know that show.
No,
you
what
give
is
a
that?
mouse a cookie, and that's the name of the show. So when they see the Amazon truck, they all start yelling, Mouse Cookie, Mouse Cookie. So
They're getting trained.
they got everything on Prime. Go over there, watch Prime, Coast to Coast Thursday with Spittin' Chicklets.
Mouse Cookie. Love that, buddy.
Mouse Cookie, Mouse Cookie.
Yeah, that's
Mouse
that's an
Cookie.
interesting factor there, G. Totally, that Leafs bottom 5 pick. I saw the last game. What is it? The Kraken play the Avs, which will be a skeleton team.
Joe Bowen's last game too, right?
Thursday
Broadcasting
night.
for the Leafs. So it's like you got to imagine they're going to try and send him off with a win here. So I don't know. Would be great for the Bruins if the Leafs win.
Moving on, our last thing we need to do, Arm Dog, about the amateur hockey. I'm getting lots of messages, lots of stuff. College is done. Let's go. Time to focus on the CHL. They want to hear about the dub. They want to hear about the OHL. Do you know what's going on up there? I saw there's a lot of sweeps in the first round. I saw
there
some
seems
teams
to be a bunch in the second
3-0.
round also right here. Yeah, this is the dub. We'll pull it up. Berta, the graphic god, has it for us right here in the dub. PA Saskatoon, big rivalry, 3-0 in that one. Medicine Hat keeps rolling and scoring goals, beating Calgary 3-0. Everett on the host Memorial Cup team, Kelowna Rockets, up 3-0. Penticton been a great story. Prince George up 2-1. The first round was kind of crazy. I believe Saskatoon had a Game 7 overtime game against Edmonton that I tuned in for, which was pretty electric to watch. I'm trying to think, did it go to double overtime or just single overtime? I can't really remember a while ago. That was in the first round though. So, but generally some of these teams just beat up on these teams. Like Medicine Hat is a crazy thing for me because they lost McKenna. They lost like their whole top line. gone. 2 guys to college, 1 guy to pro, and they just keep somehow winning. They
The
got
Ruck
those
brothers.
Ruck brothers that are coming to RPI, right?
Yeah.
At the Ruck because of the bar.
Yeah.
And it just
I don't know if
makes
they're going to play in the
perfect
team, but they're going to hang out at the bar with me.
So this is how the Dub's shaping up. In Kelowna, they're going to have a long time to wait before they host that Memorial Cup if they lose out as the host team. But Everett's out like a perennial, like unreal team in the Western League every year. So keep an eye on that. I don't know if we have any other graphics for the O. Did Berta send in any O or Q? There he goes. Of course he did. Of course he did. Brantford was in the top 10 all year, #1 team for a good chunk of it. Barrie snuck in there as well against Ottawa, 2-1. Merles and these other teams
I think
are looking
these teams swept in their first round too.
Yeah, they're sweeping like crazy. So the top teams are the top teams, and they're just running through. I guess we'll just get to conference finals and see who can get to the finals of these leagues. Will be the giants of each league. Into the queue now. Let's just rip through, get to the queue. Checking this one out. Also, same kind of thing, except for Blainville, Beaubriand, Armada, 2-2 with Newfoundland. How about the Newfoundland? They're in
Newfies.
there. They're going crazy. Terry Ryan and the boys are just buckled. But the rest are like sweeps all the way through. Also, Chicoutimi, they're in top 10. Moncton, perennial, like great team every year as well. And so this is how it's shaping up as we get down to the conference finals eventually. And that always leads into the Memorial Cup, I believe, like will take place. When is it? The second round of the NHL playoffs?
I feel like it's towards the end of May, right? Middle of May to end of May, May 15th. So that's what like these series aren't really much to talk about. We'll wait till they get down to the finals. And then of course, when the Mem Cup picks up, then we'll be diving right into it. We'll be digging in there. Maybe we'll get some players and some coaches on from the Mem Cup. Who knows? Maybe Berta and then Army will fly up there and cover it. You never know with the game notes. We're everywhere.
We'll be on the boats and the wineries. Me and Berta just pinkies up everywhere, just dominating out in the Okanagan. Just beautiful country, Merles. I got to get you out there.
Yeah, I need to get out there. And
dude, I turn you into a Dub guy real quick.
Love the Dub. We got a bunch of guys coming to RPI. I got to be on the Dub train now.
Yeah, maybe a scout trip for you if we get out there too.
Yeah, why not? I'll go out there with the coach. Moving on. It's time. What everyone's been waiting for. Show Mindsies. You're up first, Arm Dog.
I got to say, this is it. We got 2 nights left, tonight and tomorrow night, 82 game schedule, Merles. I'm calling up to the show all the trainers of all the teams. I mean, we could go up and down every league, but to see the Penguins trainers last night coming back in and getting in late from St. Louis and having it go back to like they do this every single night, every single game, road, home, practice rink, game rink. Like there's just the amount of work, Merles. You know this. You lived it. Your brother did it too. Like it's just, I got to send all these trainers and staff of these teams in that are in those areas that do all that little extra work that nobody sees. Nobody sees this stuff. It just shows up and it appears. It's a great thing about a lot of these leagues, but these guys work their ass off. Like it's just crazy the hours. If they can get 30 minutes of sleep on the floor of a plane, they're going to get those 30 minutes. Like it's like crazy how they can just shut it down, but they just dial in, they get everything done. So all the trainers, equipment staff, everybody that's grinded through 82 game season or whatever league you're in, Frozen Four trainers that had to set up in Vegas and go to these regionals and set all that stuff up to get through the entire season. Amazing to see. It goes kind of unnoticed. It's a labor that no one else sees, like the hours put in. And I got to send those guys to the show. Just witnessing it all those years, but like witnessing it from the outside now and seeing it, it's just like incredible what they do. So trainers, congrats on a great year. You guys did it. You make the league tick. You guys are the best, kind of like the culture in the room. You make everything feel comfortable for everyone. 82 games, boys. You did it. Congrats. You were in the show, but to the show.
Yep. You stay in the show. They all do. Even the ones in the minors in college, in the low pros, in the juniors, all of you guys called up to the show. Pasha, your team barely stayed in the show this year, but what do you got?
My show is this Tunnels to Towers Foundation 4th Annual Heroes Cup Tournament. Registration closes tomorrow, but this is it's a charity game for first responders. And it's for a great cause. Any first responder, veteran, or government team from across the U.S. is eligible. They pick 14 teams randomly. $1,500 entry fee gets you a minimum of 2 games, and then it happens Saturday, October 17th at the Ice Vault in New Jersey. So yeah, this is a great cause. Just want to bring some awareness to it.
The Ice Vault in New Jersey, that rink is freezing cold. I was there this year with Cruises Hockey. Oh my
Place
god,
is a circus. 3 rinks under one roof, a bar. It's mayhem. I was there for the Jersey high school hockey.
Yeah, a little bar upstairs, pretty sick. That's where I watched the Olympic gold medal final for a little bit up there. Crazy. Only warm spot in that rink.
Maybe the Devils should move there, get away from this fucking curse they have under the arena.
Yeah, play the practice up there.
Yeah.
Cornell, we're moving on to you for the show. College hockey expert.
Yeah, shout out to Posh for bringing that up. Tunnels to Towers, everything they do, it's such an awesome foundation, and I know Portnoy gets behind it all the time, and they do an amazing job with that. But I want to call not ESPN to the show. I want to call John Buccigross and Colby Cohen to the show. Posh, if you want to pull up the ratings we have there from these ratings, these are some of the best ratings since, I believe, 2002 for the Frozen Four. And while I think that contributes to big guests, big teams in Wisconsin, and Denver, and North Dakota, and Michigan, I think it has a lot to do with Buccigross and Colby Cohen. I think the way they broadcast the game is incredible. I think they do an amazing job. Buccigross has so much energy and passion, while Colby's always down by the ice, and he's so knowledgeable about the game, but the college game in particular. So I just think they do an amazing job. And Mindsies to the ESPN almost, in a sense. Like, why aren't they doing more games? Why aren't they doing more NHL playoff games? Like, these two, I think when it comes to play-by-play, I really do think chemistry is so important. Colby, you've been in between the benches. You've done play-by-play so much. Like, chemistry is 50% of it, is it not?
Yeah, they're a good team. Yeah, and you can sense that. Yeah, it's important to have that, and you can sense that from those guys totally.
Yeah, and I love playoff hockey's the best, right? Like, and I wanna be as engaged as I am watching some of these college games, and the energy you get from a game stems from the broadcast. And when the broadcast can give you that playoff hockey feel, like Gary Thorne. Remember when Gary Thorne used to do a broadcast and you feel it in your body? Well, I think Buccigross and Colby Cohen do that. So I would Mindsies to ESPN for not giving them more games. Show to those two for putting up those numbers, because I credit them more than anyone.
Wow, a double show Mindsies at once. That might be a first.
I love those guys, but I will not give credit I will give them a little credit, but all the credit goes to whoever figured out finally not to play a national championship game at 8:30 at night. They played it at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. So
Merle's idea.
Watch it. Kids can watch it before they go to bed. And that's why it's up 52%. It's not rocket science. Another idea by me.
Everything up Merle's idea.
When they screwed us at the games here in Albany, they put Gavin McKenna at 9 p.m. Like, are you guys out of your minds? He can't be at 9 p.m. Kids can't stay up to watch. Kids can't go to the game.
And as Rand told us, that's ESPN. That's not the NCAA doing that, so we can't really knock the NCAA there. It's ESPN's got to figure that one out, and it seems like they finally did. So, show.
My show's staying out in Vegas with UG. I didn't even realize that, but my show is staying out there, and it was another thing that was probably one of the most viewed things, but this thing was on TikTok, and it was Julia, and we don't understand this world, but she had me and Army doing some TikToks. I don't know if we could ever pull any up, but check those out on the Pink Whitney socials or in Game Notes socials if you want to see me and Arm Dog doing TikToks.
Like,
you guys were great, though.
I can't believe we did those reels. I don't know, like, knowingly or unknowingly, if I've ever done a TikTok. I think those were my first TikToks. Like, I was thinking of my daughters when I was doing it. I was thinking, like, they would love this. But then I started thinking after I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, they'd be so embarrassed by this.
Julia's great though, boys. Huh?
She makes it easy. Oh yeah.
She added those TikToks to her arsenal, I feel like, in the past year. And she's got like Biz and Paige Sporanic doing them when we do the sandbaggers. And she's the best.
Yeah, it was fun.
Show
She
for
made it easy.
Julia.
Yeah,
Pink
100%.
Whitney and Julia putting on that party for us so we could have a good time with all the fans. Moving on now. All the positive stuff is done. We're moving to the Mindsies, Arm Dog.
Is this the pessimist? Is this pessimism? Is that what it is? I don't know. Is that the right word? My Mindsies is tax season.
Oh.
Everyone in the chat, all our viewers and listeners, you can agree. Like, tax season's a joke. Like,
Today.
Get me this, get me that. Today's the date.
Yeah.
I don't
April
know.
15th, right?
I'm in the hockey season here. Game 82. Just that's all I care about. I don't care about this cutoff date of taxes.
Army, you've never done taxes a day in your life.
I can't wait for the day that like AI, like the only good thing about AI is like hopefully AI can just run your whole life so that your taxes, everything, like it just automatically.
It's already there, Army. You can do that with Grok.
Really?
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
See?
I just paid a guy like $1,000 to do my taxes. Hey, this is Army doing his taxes. Mel,
Yeah.
Mel, I keep getting called about these documents. What does this mean?
It's in the computer, and he's slamming on. Where are they? I can't find them.
I had no clue about taxes. No clue, to G's point. That's why you pay a guy to do the taxes. But if we could get to a point, which it sounds like it's already invented, I had no clue about this. AI Grok maybe can do your taxes for you. This might be a game changer because this time of the year sucks. Like everyone's stressed out, everyone's grinding away like all these like invoices and finding receipts and like grinding like little loopholes, like trying to work everything to save Uncle Sam from putting their hands in your pockets. Like that's the time of the year we're in right now. It sucks. This time of the year, taxes, taking money out of your pockets to the Mindsies. What's this? How many W-2s do you have? Great job with the work, dog, Laura. I mean, I don't even know how many W-2s I have. Do they just come in the mail? I think they mail them to your house. I don't even know.
You got to be at
know.
4+ minimum. Minimum.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know where it's going, but I do know I should get a W-2 from even my family, just like for like, you know, the times that like I babysit sometimes.
Mel should charge you a W-2, dude.
Yeah, she should. I should be giving Mel W-2s for sure for the amount of work she's put in. But it's tax season to the Mindsies. Everyone hates it. It sucks. Hopefully it's been easy season for you though, and you find someone that helps you and doesn't rip you off or gets the most out of it. And if not, hit up my boy Pasha with Grok prompts. You got to prompt AI correctly to get your taxes done.
Death taxes, Denver winning national championships. G, what do you got?
I'll keep it quick. I believe there's 288 kids in the transfer portal today. I hate that. I hate it. I hate it so much. We've talked about this before with the transfer portal. I love the transfer portal, but at this rate, 288 kids, that's too many. I mean, a team can hold, say a team can hold 25 guys. That's what, like 10, 11 teams of players are just in the transfer portal right now. I remember, I think back to youth hockey, and anytime, tryout season rolls around, and I'd always want to go to the better team, right? When I'm playing for the Middlesex Braves, want to go try out for the Valley Warriors. And my dad would always say, like, good players don't jump from team to team. Like, be the player on your team first where you go. And I get how college hockey works. You know, you show up, you're sold a bill of things that you might not have been given. A coach gets fired. There's all these different things, an injury, you're not getting playing time. But I just go back to that conversation we had, a few weeks ago where, transfer once, after that, there should be some sort of penalty because I mean, at this rate, this is getting out of control.
Completely out of control. Good luck to all the kids that are in there. I hope you find a better spot, and I hope RPI gets better through it. It's way too
we hate
much
the portal. We hate the 288 unless it's for
Yeah.
RPI.
Yes.
That's RPI.
Oh, and only studs.
Yeah, only studs. Only studs.
I think I saw a guy, I don't know who wrote it, maybe Laz. Some guy left like RIT, went somewhere else, and now is going back to RIT. And he's like, that's the first time I've seen that.
Have you been seeing the kid from UMass? I think his name's Owen Murray. He's just breaking all the transfers. It's just like a kid who plays for UMass.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just,
I saw that.
he's like put his insider hat on and he's just breaking all of them. And someone broke a transfer and they're like, yeah, this guy from UMass is transferring to Minnesota State. And he responds to the guy's like, he's sitting on my couch right next to me. Minnesota State hasn't even talked to him. So I love the college hockey players getting into the insider game.
Yeah, I saw that tweet. It's like someone posted it, like all his screenshots of all his posts about it. And they're like, what a crazy year. You know, the transfers portal crazy when players are being insiders on the portal. It's just insane.
We've completely lost it.
Owen Murray at Permer.
We should get him on. We should.
We should.
All right, Pasha, your turn.
My Mindsies, hopefully for the last time ever, is the Devils. Just as a recap, their whole season, Mindsies, what a disaster. The worst fucking season I've ever had as a fan of the Devils in my life. Disaster on every front. So I have to just put a little fucking bow on the season and put them in the Mindsies. And I hope this is the last time I ever have to put the Devils or anyone in their team or management or ownership or their social team that I even carved in the Mindsies. Let's put it in the past. One final last Mindsies to the Devils.
Hey, just to add to it, good Mindsies, but you have partners in your sorrow. You have partners. I saw a stat. It's the first time in NHL history, is this true, that the Devils, the Rangers, and the Islanders all didn't make the playoffs in the same year.
Yes.
First time
suck
ever.
on that, Johnny Laz. Oh, and Frankie Borelli fucking coming at me when the Islanders beat the Devils 9-0 in January, acting like they won the cup. You guys blew your load too fucking early. I hope you enjoyed your little parade for your regular season game 60 win. You missed the playoffs, and now you have a worse draft pick than us. Suck on that.
I threw like a comfort hand out to Frankie Borelli, a comforting handout to Johnny Laz and fan. Like, you guys can be sad together, but instead you just went right at him. I'm a lunatic Devils fan.
I'm still full of anger. I won't be relieved till October until they get back in the win column.
Misery loves company, buddy. Get used to it.
A nice little nugget gets turned into that arm dog. I'm sticking on the scheduling. I shouted out NCAA or ESPN, whoever figured that out, to do the early game. I got NHL again. I love putting the NHL schedulers in the Mindsies. Coming into the season, one of the biggest stories was Alex Ovechkin's last season. Alex Ovechkin, yeah, the guy who has the most goals in the history of the league. It may be his last season. I don't know. Why don't we schedule his last home game at home so he can have the proper send-off and goodbye just in case it is his last season? Nope, he's out in Columbus, of all places, to say goodbye. If it is his last game, I don't know. Arm Dog, I wanted to bring this up in this as part of the Mindsies because do you know any inside? Is he going to play another year? The one thing I did notice, because I had him to score a goal, and he went and got new gloves for the empty netter. And if you look at his handshake when he's going by the players, brand spanking new gloves. Does he want those gloves to not smell like crap so he can just take them and put them right on his bookshelf?
Yeah, must. I don't know. I hear it might be. This might be it. I hear maybe not. Like, the thing about him is he's not that far from being the all-time playoffs and regular season goal leader. Like, he's just behind Gretz on that one too. Like, that's one. I forget how many he's away. Like, is it like 11 or something like that? Maybe the chat can help me out. Is Jazz in there? It's not far from like being like the all-time guy. Like, does he just get that and then go? Does he want to stick around? Would they allow that and then go? Like, you got to think like Ovi at his age and the way they played him and like D-zone face-offs and like trying to find room for him. Like, it kind of makes it like difficult for the team a little bit and coaches and managing, him day to day pretty much. But I mean, it's Ovi. Right? It's Ovi. You want to see more of Ovi. I don't know how Caps fans feel. I imagine they want him to keep playing, but if he decides to hang him up, man, salute, best goal scorer, NHL history. But he could have used a better little tour salute send off for the greatness that he is, right, Merles?
Yeah, I kind of like how he didn't like make it a big deal all season if it is, but just give him the opportunity the last game. So this is my FYI, NHL, listen, beep, 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 beep. for the next 5 or 6 years. I think Sid might never retire, but just in case, for the next 5 or 6 years, schedule Pittsburgh's last game of the season at home in case they miss the playoffs and it is his last game and he can get a proper goodbye.
Yeah, someone in the chat right here, Squeaky, KHL probably giving him offers. Like I gotta imagine if he wants to play there, if he has ideas of playing there, he doesn't want to be like too old, right? Where it's like he hates hockey. You know what I mean?
And at the same, I'm just realizing too, they did the same to Kopitar.
Yeah.
20 years too. Like his last home game. Like thankfully they made the playoffs, but give them all proper goodbye. It's not that hard. It's one game. Legends of the game. These guys are 20-year captains of their teams. Like these guys are legends of everything. Do them a favor. Schedule them at home.
Yeah. Schedule's a schedule, baby. All right. Picks, Merles. Want to do picks?
Picks.
All right. Tonight, baby. 6 games tonight. Just 2 games left in the regular season. Or 2 days, sorry. Left in the regular season tonight. Tomorrow night, 6 games tonight. What's catching your eye, Big Mer?
Dallas Buffalo, we were talking in the chat. That could be a Stanley Cup preview, the no goal rematch. That's 2 teams I'm obviously pulling for.
In the crease.
But these are tough games when you don't know who's playing. You don't know what's on the line. I'm going to kind of stay away till the late games. I like the Sharks and Hawks over 6.5. Like Celebrini, Bedard, let's go. Let's have a beer league game. Get a ton of points. Go into the summer feeling good. No hit hockey. Over 6.5 minus 110. And then Vegas has to win to win the division. I'm pretty sure they want to get that and get the wild card. Although you can't really tank because the Ducks, I don't know, but you want to win the division, and it's Seattle. Seattle has been brutal. So Vegas minus 1.5, minus 113. Little nugget. Torts 6-0-1 with the Vegas Golden Knights. So I am all about Vegas tonight.
And important to keep in mind, too, to G's point prior, you got the Battle of Ontario there. Toronto's trying to get that Bruins pick protected in the bottom 5 or whatever it is. They're in 5th right now. You see Seattle playing your Vegas team that you just talked about. Seattle has 2 games left. Toronto will play their last game. That's their last game right there. They are 1 point behind Seattle in the standings for that bottom 5 spot. They're in the 5 spot right now. So Toronto's going to want to keep losing. They lose tonight, they're set up and keep Seattle out of their reach and stay in that bottom 5 position.
We got a Laura Parlay. I just saw. She's hot. She hit last week.
Warning signs. Can I read it?
Yep.
3 shots Celebrini. Dallas, money line. Tampa Bay, money line. 3 shots Eichel. Vegas, 3-way. Plus 834 with DraftKings profit boost. Wow. Just a walking advertisement, Laura. Awesome.
Oh, we got the Vegas insider in there. Miggy here. I'm on Vegas minus 1.5 and Eichel 2 points.
Wow. Miggy.
Oh, shout out to Eichel, by the way. Finally got a power play goal.
Is it crazy?
It's crazy.
I thought he'd just be sniping with Marnsey there, just dishing to him, but hasn't been. He's been kind of the disher. He's the disher. He needs to shoot more. Ike's needs to rip. He has a laser beam shot. He needs to let it rip, buddy. All right, where are we, buddy? You want to move on to Thursday?
Playoff run, maybe.
Yeah, good point. Thursday, 6 games again to end the season. NHL 25-26 season in the books Thursday night. 6 games, Merles. Anything catching your eye here? Is this going to be the pillow fight all the way down to the line? Like we're going to go to the final day probably, right? Some of these teams.
Yeah, it seems like it's headed that way. But if you've been watching the Blues, they've been playing electric hockey. They just spot teams 3 goals, then they come flying back, then they let some more in.
They're line just a disaster. That Snuggerud, Thomas, Holloway line is sick though. They make so much happen. Just like a great line for the Blues.
Yeah, too bad they couldn't find that earlier. But look forward to next year. You just know you got that line, put them together right away, and you have a great start. But I'm going over 6.5. We know Utah can score. They got guys that score. It won't really mean much, so who knows what they'll really play. But just beer league hockey, open it up, end to end. Blues, Mammoth, over 6.5. Then I'm going up to Edmonton. Edmonton, they can be anywhere. Like we talked about earlier, they could end up anywhere. They'll know a little more after the Vegas game. But either way, I'm going over 6.5. Vancouver's last 3 games, I think they've won them all in overtime, 4-3. absolutely crushed me last night when they beat the Kings. But that's an over 6.5. And then Avs money line. I know they won't be playing everybody, but like their third and fourth lines are still better than Seattle's first and second lines. And Seattle might be tanking like you talked about with the draft pick. So I'm just on the Avs. They're going to want to finish up good at home and they just get it done. Money line. I think he'll get good odds on money line because the big dogs probably won't play.
Yeah, they won't put anyone in the lineup guaranteed for that Thursday. Resting up, getting the big boys rested. Blues, Mammoth over 6.5. Vancouver, Edmonton over 6.5. Avs, money line. Thursday night, last night of the NHL regular season. Merles, great job, buddy.
And to finish up, good show, long show, but we got to go to it. We haven't gone to it much this year, but we got a Beer League Heroes. A new video came across the web, and you loved it, Arm Dog. Take it away.
Well, Beer League Heroes and Beer League, like, in Beer League, Merles, like, you play with these guys, and, like, God bless them. They love hockey. Some of them just have, like, they have, like, zero. I talk about, like, gecko vision with Kucherov. Like, some of these guys, like, the vision that they have no clue of their surrounding spaces. Like, they have no clue that other guys are out there with them, where they are. That's why it's kind of chaos. You got to be highly aware playing with some guys. 'Cause it's like, they don't know. They're just shooting pucks. Their sticks are flip-flopping everywhere. Like, they don't know where guys are. Like, they're surprised all the time. Well, there's a guy here. Whoa, shit. I almost ran into that guy. Wow. Well, there's a puck. Like, they just do not see it. They do not see it. Do you think Beer League guys, Merles, when they watch a game, like, do you think they're like super amazed watching a game? Like, whoa, that guy was so open on that pass. I didn't see that. Like, when you're actually seeing it, watching it, do you think they see it when they're watching it? Or do you think it's just difficult when they're in the game to, like, see it?
Yeah, I think it all is just, it's really fast for them. It's just
Fast,
like when we've
yeah.
played our levels. Like, as you go up, it gets faster and faster. Takes you a little time to adjust.
And
So for
Leagues
them,
is
Beer
just-
League is just crazy. Like,
So-
oh my God, they're everywhere.
So there's a video on the internet. I don't know. I think we have it. I don't know if we can play it, but it's like a Beer League guy that, like, shooting pucks off his own guy. This is from,
He winds up for a clap.
like, there's a guy there
on
it's in the
on the blue line during warm-up.
Like, they show it again. Just see the
guy
shot.
inside of the leg.
Put the shot back up. Here's your guy, 69, perfect Beer League number. But, like, he's looking at the net, but his vision is so poor, he doesn't see a guy skating by. Like, can you imagine how tunnel vision focused you are as, like, a beer leaguer? That's just, like, crazy in my mind to know that you don't see that, or your awareness is so
If you go back in that video, I don't even think the goalie was ready.
probably
So
not.
if the other guy didn't hit him, he was going to take out the goalie.
And he's like, I got to warm up my slapper from the blue line, so I'm ready. He's like, I got to get one last shot in from long range because I'm going to score today and keep track of it. But, like, your vision, like, you got to have awareness, boys. You got to have awareness out there. You got to have the horse blinders off. You got to be able to see. You got to be able to spot things in your peripherals. Have the brain, calculate it, Merle's just crazy.
Do you have a slump buster for today?
I don't have a slump buster,
Okay.
buddy.
But I want to ask you a beer league question then. This may become a beer league rule. What do you think of that slap shot? Should there be slap shots in beer league or no slap shots? In Sweden, we do no slap shots.
I would be down with no slap shots just because of, like, some of these guys, like, tee them up. They don't have no clue where it's going. Like, I saw those guys are all wearing full cages. Probably smart, but it's like, probably no slap shots if you're not seeing the field, if you're not seeing the ice. Like, you can't have guys going to work the next day. That's my whole thing. Like, guys just teeing up mindless, visionless slappers. Like,
Yeah,
that
so
guy
that's what
might not.
our team here that wins the league every year. All they do, their whole game plan is take slap shots and then they crash the net. And the rest of us are just like, we're out of there. I'm not standing around
You're
for
not
there.
going there.
And then,
They
like,
know
one
that.
time I tried to take, like, a slap shot to, like, you guys figure it out. Like, stop taking slap shots. And I felt like such a loser. I'm like, well, I'm not doing that ever again.
Yeah, you can't do that. These
No, I think
slappers.
no slap shots is fair. Like, who wants to do that?
Like, that guy's not going to be able to have kids now. Hit him right in the you-know-what, probably. That guy, he's just skating around in warm-ups, but he just tees one up off him. Like, work on your vision, your peripherals. Like,
Right,
just
you
work
hear that,
on it.
beer leaguers? Don't make us make a rule about this. Use some awareness if it's a slapper. There'd be nobody in front of you, off the rush maybe. Maybe the goalies like to see in the slappers, but no slappers when there's traffic in front.
And also your slapper's not that good. Like you probably are winding up and you're envisioning this unreal slapper and you're going to be like Shea Weber or something. And it's like, it's brutal. And it's just, you could have hurt somebody. So like lay off the slappers. Yeah. Oh yeah. Someone's snapping a $300 stick. They probably do have a $300 stick and they're like, oh, I'm going to take a clapper with this. This is a stick will make it shoot it really hard. I'm like, Ally Afraidy. Like, no, your slapper's not that good, dude. Your slapper's not that good. Just put it in there, sift it in, and let the boys get a little deflection tip, have a little awareness and some vision. Work on it when you're at home. Like put some things around the house, get your wife to hide things, and you got to wheel into the room and you got to find it with your eyes. You know, you gotta, there it is. Work on the peripherals, boys. Work on the peripherals.
Oh yeah, that guy's a beer league hero, and he's sent to the Mindsies. But great show, Army. Great show, G, Pasha, preview and everything. Recapping the wild week of game notes. Can't wait till this weekend when the playoffs get going. And next week, it's the best time of the year. It's like Christmas. I remember your speech from a few years ago. We might have to get that, replay that on the socials. Berta, that's your number one job today, not clips from this show. It's about that speech right before the playoffs. We got to make sure we break that out again. That was incredible. Thank you to the chat. Shout out our sponsors, DraftKings and Prime Monday Night Hockey. Make sure to check out the Chicklets boys on Coast to Coast on Thursday night.
Yep, check it out. Remember, you can always find us audio, Apple, Spotify, Amazon. Subscribe, like, comment on YouTube. All the great college fans we met in Vegas. Got lots of shout outs. Thanks for coming to the Pink Whitney appearance. Seeing everybody. Click the like button. Follow Chicklets YouTube. Get us going. Game notes buzzing. The boys. Great weekend. Good momentum heading into the playoff, Merles.
Love it. All right. Go Dallas.
Yeah, we'll see. Have a great weekend, everybody. Playoff hockey.
Under, no goals.
It's time to check the game notes. I think we're going to have the show of the year here.
We're almost having magical moments here.
Show Mindsies time, Army. Show. Start us off.
What an opportunity.
Another idea by me.
Everything's Merle's idea.
Summer.